Are you looking for the best 1440p monitors? In this video we will look at some of the 4 best 1440p monitors on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. ASUS ROG Strix OLED G274QPF-QD. The best 1440p monitor we've tested is the ASUS ROG Strix OLED G274QPF-QD. It's a gaming-focused 27-inch display that's versatile for other uses. It's fantastic for gaming as it offers a high 360Hz refresh rate and fantastic motion handling, so there's minimal motion blur with fast-moving objects. On top of that, it delivers stunning picture quality thanks to its QD OLED panel. It displays deep blacks in dark rooms without haloing, and HDR content also looks remarkable as it gets bright enough to make highlights pop and for colors to look vivid. It comes with an ergonomic stand, so it's easy to place in an ideal position, and it has a KVM switch that makes it easy to multitask and switch between different computers. Unfortunately, there are some downsides to using an OLED like the ASUS, as it has worse text clarity than an IPS monitor with the same pixel density, and it's prone to burn in when exposed to the same static elements over time, like if you only work on it. However, it isn't a problem if you vary your content. That said, deep blacks look purple in bright rooms because it's a QD OLED. If you plan to use your monitor in a bright environment, you may prefer our choice below, the ASUS ROG Strix OLED G274QPF-QD. Number 2. ASUS ROG Strix OLED G274QPF-QD. If you prefer something cheaper or don't need the premium picture quality of the ASUS ROG Strix OLED G274QPF-QD, check out the ASUS ROG Strix OLED G274QPF-QD. It's an OLED like the G274QPF-QD, but the difference is that it uses a OLED panel and not QD OLED, meaning colors aren't quite as vivid. It also has a lower 240Hz refresh rate, but that doesn't make much of a difference unless you're a competitive gamer who needs the highest refresh rate. Besides that, it doesn't have as many features as the G274QPF-QD, as it only has 2 USB-A ports and doesn't have a USB-C port, so you can't display an image from your laptop and charge it with the same cable. One advantage of the ASUS is that it gets brighter than the G274QPF-QD, which is ideal if you want to use it in a well-lit room, and highlights really pop in HDR. On top of that, the G274QPF-QD still offers great performance in picture quality, as it displays deep and inky blacks in dark rooms, and much deeper blacks than the G274QPF-QD in brighter rooms. That said, because it's also an OLED, it's prone to burn in when exposed to the same static elements over time, though if you vary your content, this isn't an issue. Number 3. AOC Q27G3XMN. As you look for budget 1440p displays, you'll see that there aren't many with the same great picture quality as the OLEDs mentioned above. That said, the AOC Q27G3XMN is an entry-level option that punches above its weight versus the competition regarding picture quality because it uses mini LED backlighting, which is rare for a low-cost display. So, while it doesn't display the same perfect blacks as the ASUS ROG Strix OLED G274QPF-QD, its local dimming feature still helps improve its contrast ratio, providing good picture quality in dark scenes. Plus, it gets brighter than the ASUS, so highlights really pop. Besides that, it's mainly focused on gaming, as it has a 180Hz refresh rate and a good enough response time for gaming, but there's smearing, particularly with dark, fast-moving objects. It's still good if you want to use it for other tasks, as it has good text clarity and doesn't risk burn-in like the OLEDs above, though its narrow viewing angles make it harder to see from the sides. It also doesn't have many extra features, like a USB hub. If you're interested in the Q27G3XMN, but want a monitor that gets brighter and has better local dimming, take a look at the AOC Q27G40XMN. However, you may encounter issues reaching the monitor's maximum refresh rate with full color detail, and its motion handling isn't quite as good as on the Q27G3XMN. Number 4. MSI G274QPF-QD. If you want something even cheaper than the AOC Q27G3XMN, check out the MSI G274QPF-QD. Like the AOC, it has a 1440p resolution and similar SDR brightness. It also doesn't have any smearing with fast-moving objects like the AOC does, though overall its motion is a bit blurrier. It even allows you to connect the monitor to your computer via USB-C, which you can't do with the AOC. The main difference between these two monitors is their HDR performance. The MSI doesn't get bright enough for highlights to pop, and also doesn't have a local dimming system. This means that deep blacks appear gray in a dark room. It also has less vivid HDR colors, though the range of HDR colors it displays is quite wide for a cheap display. Overall, it's a great cheap option if you don't care too much about HDR performance.